Well, it's that time of year on the internet, you guys, where everyone is trying to get those clicks because this is the slow time of year. And once again, Giant Freaking Robot is trying to get those clicks from you with nonsense, stating that, and I quote, Seth MacFarlane is ditching the Orville to make a comic book show. You fools, don't fall for it. As of right now, it is 8:15 a.m. in my part of the world, and I just came across this story from guess who, Giant Freaking Robot, about Seth MacFarlane ditching the Orville. I kind of get pissed off because Giant Freaking Robot, a couple times a year, especially ever since I became aware of them when the Orville came out, every year they have a couple stories that always turn out to not be anywhere close to true when it comes to the Orville, at least. I don't follow them for anything else. Actually, I don't follow them at all. I don't follow nonsense entertainment websites. They'll take a little bit of facts and they'll apply their own little spin to it to get you all worried and flustered and clicking on things. I'm going to read this story to you right now. It says, Seth MacFarlane is ditching the Orville to make a comic book show. What? Oh no, he's making other shows like he's been doing the entire time he's been working on the Orville, and right now he's finishing up the Ted series that will be on Peacock later this year and will be heavily covered right here on Egotastic Fun Time. And when I mean covered, it means talking about stuff that happens in the episode, true news that comes out about the show, and hopefully talking to some of the creators, Seth himself and some of the crew and cast that work on the show. I'm going to do my best. Back to the article, the reporting. Seth MacFarlane is working on adapting The Shrouded College, a popular graphic novel for television. Seth MacFarlane is teaming up with NBC Universal's Peacock streaming service to adapt the graphic novel series The Shrouded College. Deadline reports that MacFarlane's Fuzzy Door production company behind the Hulu series The Orville will also be producing the new series. Well, of course, Seth MacFarlane's Fuzzy Door production company is a production company. They produce many things. A production company can't just work on one show and still be considered a production company, as they've been working on multiple shows all throughout the last 5 years. Well, more than that, actually, but I'm just talking about since the Orville started. The Shrouded College is a series of graphic novels published by Image Comics. The first volume, Hell to Pay. One of you guys mentioned Hell to Pay the other day during a live chat. I didn't quite know what it was yet, but I know what it is now. But worry not, my friends. It was just published in November of last year, and the next volume, The Bloody Dozen, is set to hit comic shops later this year. Seth MacFarlane joins the writers of The Shrouded College, Charles and Will. They have last names, but I have a last name, but I don't give that out that often either. And he's going to join them as an executive producer on the upcoming Peacock exclusive. Oh no, he's producing multiple things like he has been nonstop throughout the last a decade or so, including very heavily the last 5 years since the Orville premiered. Soul and Sliney, which are the two dudes whose last names I didn't give, but I am now, are no strangers to the comic world. Soul has several writing credits: She-Hulk, Darth Vader, Daredevil, the list goes on and on, you guys. All kinds of great stuff from these people. The Shrouded College will continue Seth MacFarlane's pivot from straight-up comedy to other genres like sci-fi with the Orville, and now horror. Sounds pretty cool. I'll check it out. The Shrouded College follows several interconnected stories featuring different characters fighting a secret supernatural Cold War on the side of the titular institution, which is rapidly deteriorating. That sounds fun. I will definitely be checking that out. Supernatural Cold War? Come on, you guys. That sounds awesome. The new series joins the growing list of projects that Seth MacFarlane is currently juggling. We've talked about that a lot on this channel. Seth MacFarlane has a lot to do. He likes to stay busy. He's very talented. He's a genius. So he's got his little creative writing pen dipped into a lot of different projects. Good for him, actually. Congratulations, Seth MacFarlane. You're doing it all. The Orville creator has a lot on his plate, including a television adaptation of his movie Ted. Ted will be coming out just a a few months. I don't know how many, 4 or 5, something like that. Maybe less, maybe more, probably not more. He's also doing an animated reboot of the 70s sitcom Good Times, yeah. And a remake of The Naked Gun. Ooh, that sounds so good. Just to name a few. That's in addition to MacFarlane's regular duties on Family Guy and American Dad, which is pretty much just voice work. He's got, for a long time now, he's had other people make Family Guy and American Dad, and he comes in and does the voices. He probably expresses his opinion here and there. But, you know, doing voices for an animated show might take you a couple days, a weekend, because they got everything written out, and you just go in there and do it all as much as you can, as quickly as you can. The new Ted prequel series has already wrapped filming for its first season and is currently in post-production. Yes, it is. Seth MacFarlane has gone on record as promising that the series will be just as messed up as the film that it's based on, with swear words galore. Yeah, I figured there'd be a lot of swearing. But I'm also assuming the Ted series will have some of the newer sensibilities that Seth MacFarlane has obtained as he's experienced more of life and become an older person, like hopefully all of us do as we get older. Seth MacFarlane hasn't announced whether the new series will be animated, talking about the Shrouded College, or live action. The Sing Star also hasn't indicated whether the Shrouded College will be a raunchy adult affair akin to Ted and Family Guy, or if it will be more family friendly. I think you would just have to read the comic book to know the answer to that. Given the action horror tone of the original graphic novel, a more adult adaptation might be the way to go. The Shrouded College is part of a deal between Seth MacFarlane and NBC Universal that will see the creator earning a whopping $200 million over 5 years. Well, the deal was signed a couple years ago. This has already been going on. So I guess he's got 3 more years left, unless they started the clock later on from when it got signed. The deal came after MacFarlane became publicly disillusioned with his longtime association with 20th Century Fox, at one point saying that he was embarrassed to work for this company. I get it from his point of view, absolutely. When I went to the Electric Sheep premiere, the first episode of New Horizons, the Orville New Horizons, when Seth came up to talk, I remember he had a lot of little humorous jabs at Fox and a lot of praises for Disney, who just let him do what he wanted to do. Say, here's some money, kid, go do your thing. And that's what we got with New Horizons, which has become the largest fan favorite out there. People love New Horizons. Every day I see on social media people that just discovered the Orville, not just New Horizons, the Orville for the first time, and just finished all 3 seasons, and they're just loving it. And they're like, I can't believe I slept on this. You guys, you got to be careful with these websites, especially entertainment websites, especially nerdy entertainment websites. They're all there to either give you a little bit of facts about something and then also mold it with their own opinion, disguised as a fact, just to get you to click. I get it. I'm a creator. I have to get people to click on stuff too. But you have to have it pay off. Once they read something and put their own context on it, which is what always happens, they got to click on it and see, oh, that's what they were talking about. It has to come through. This barely even says anything about the Orville at all, except for that it basically exists. I don't want you guys to worry about the Orville being left behind. It's still up on the table for a renewal, and the fact that it's taken this long to hear one way or the other, which we haven't heard one way or the other, that's good news, because that means more likely than not they're going to renew it. They're just trying to work out all the details. It's a big show. It's got a lot of working gears and parts. They got to get everybody signed up with the new contract. They got to build things. They got to figure out where they're even going to film. I very much doubt a new season of The Orville would be filmed at Fox Studios. The only reason it was filmed at Fox Studios for New Horizons is because they already started work on the Fox Studios for New Horizons before it was switched over to a streaming service series. So guys, don't worry. We're all here together. We're all here to enjoy the Orville. The production, Seth, all wants another season. It's just all about getting it started when they're able to get it started. They worked 3 years on one single season. They all need to go out there and get their other creative juices flowing, prove themselves in other formats and genres, and sometimes the same genres, and come back fresh and ready to start getting some pew-pews out in space, and hopefully a couple explosions as well. But lots of character stuff and lots of stories. If you like this type of me talking on YouTube, www.youtube.com, I would very much appreciate a like, a subscribe, a comment, plenty of ways to support the channel in the comments below. All appreciated, all needed. I'll see you guys at the next live show. And as always, remember, we all do better when we all do better. Love you, bye-bye.
Egotastic fun time, we're gonna have a great time. Egotastic fun time, give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give me all your 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 money.